Movie I can't seem to get out of.
Okay.
Now my friend who wanted to get together and do that dance. When's the last time I even spoke with you? It's been forever.
I don't know, a couple weeks.
Huh? Okay, yeah. If you remember, LAPD tried to set me up on some bullshit felony, which is not really a felony. They're fucking with me. But what else is new? And then I finally get in touch with the bitch, and he's now telling me that his higher ups don't think that I would be a good fit. I said, so you're telling me this thing is still going to flop to a felony? Well, that's where it's sitting right now. I said, well, why don't you go ask them, does it have anything to do with the fact that I'm a federal contractor, I'm high profile? Okay, I'll check it out, I'll get back to you. He hasn't, so I figured I'd just throw one more curveball at him and call him up and say, or does it have something to do with the fact that since I signed a deal with Mexico in America that, you know, I can't really go back to Mexico because of that whole cartel drug issue where I was blowing the whistle on it. Is it such a sensitive matter that the feds just feel I'm too high profile? Why is the real reason they're shutting it off if I can take you right to cartel people? What the fuck is the holdup? Or should I not bust his balls quite that hard yet?
You're on your own on this stuff, dude.
Oh, dude, this has gone into a whole new chapter. Oh, and I know some of the stuff you would just as soon never hear about. But I have just had more people appearing in my life out of the blue who work for the CIA, allegedly, and want to have my back on some matters, and other people who are definitely intel. I'm just not sure they're working on the same page as I am, who allegedly want to help me out in my plight. It's just getting weird how all these little fungi and dangerous players are showing up all of a sudden since that whole little setup charade. It's not mine, so don't lecture me. You're not my fucking dad. I'm on a phone call, so go fuck yourself. What the fuck is it with people? A guy comes up at me and starts lecturing me. I'm sitting on a bench at a beach telling me I gotta pick up all the trash around the bench. Fuck off. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm just snapping because I am so tired of being rolled on by, like, you know, several people, and then the distraction and shit ends up missing, or I'm riding by or sitting and I have people yelling out and lecturing me on stuff. Dude, I am about ready to snap. I had one of the shittiest days of my life yesterday and earlier in today. Absolutely, probably one of the shittiest days I've had in my life, and couldn't decide if I should just find a hole and crawl in and pull rocks on top of myself permanently, or I should just go on a massive spree and start cleaning difficult situations up. But I'm kind of torn now because there are some pending legal matters like that one, which I don't even know when I'm supposed to go to court on because they haven't serviced me on it yet. They have 18 months to fuck with me on it. And a couple other little new things that have popped up where I've gone to different areas of the city and somehow the police show up, and even though I was cited by the county that I had 2 days to move to a different location, the city decided to write me a ticket, so now I gotta drag my ass and all my shit into Beverly Hills court now all of a sudden. I don't know why the fuck I'm being sent there all of a sudden. It has nothing to do with down by LAX where I was at. And then I'm in another location, and the sheriff rolls on me and frisks me out and finds me hidden in a wooded area, and he drove on a bike path in a car to find me and then frisk me and run me and then let me know not to hang in that area. It's like everywhere I go, I keep running into federal or other people who just want to micromanage how I'm spending my time. Now, with all these new little players, some of these real high-end federal players, there's part of me that just wants to do some quick black ops shit to make some serious cash and go far away. But before I jump really deep on the dark side of the web, I figured I'd just check in with Bill and see if I could get a sanity check, because I am beyond pissed off. I'm tired of having my changer. I do at least have a California non-chipped ID, because I couldn't get a hold of you and see if you could send me another copy of the birth certificate, because my shit's been so hacked and jumbled by Melissa or whoever's going in and jacking my shit again. I can't find the previous ones you sent me. Do you still have a copy of that you could email me?
Yeah, but not till next Wednesday.
Well, at this point, you know, it's so close to the end of the month. And it's not like I really want the chipped ID, except for the federal mandate that you have to have it in the next year, or you can go to prison and be deported from the country or held indefinitely without counsel or anyone, because you may be a possible terrorist if you don't carry a chipped ID. Have you heard about this new law?
I have not heard anything about that.
Oh, yeah, it's federal mandate.
You have one to get on an airplane.
Yep, it's going to be a new federal mandate. You can't just have an ID. It has to be the chipped ID, state or federal, but it has to have a chip, and if not, you can go to jail if you don't have it in your possession at all times. They are really accelerating the shit out of trying to flip this country into America with a K. And isn't it funny how all of his people are like resigning and stepping down, like Kelly stepping down and Secretary of Defense is stepping down, and Mike Flynn is getting a pass for treason and not even going to do any jail time? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
And I can end up in jail because some jackass who's 5'9" with brown eyes uses my ID? Oh, dude. So, any thoughts on leveraging some of these people on the dark side to come up with some large sums of capital to move into a much more desirable lifestyle?
Well, you do whatever you need to do, but, you know, I still think your best bet is to get off the street.
Well, that's part of the plan, dude. My plan, just get off the grid shit and we'll help you bullshit has never worked out. They haven't helped me jack shit, and I got off grid like they said. It hasn't done shit except get me deeper in this fucking hole. And what's so funny is I've met some other contractors who are in kind of a similar situation thanks to Uncle Sam. It's funny how these people are gravitating to me either through video or they're being sent to me by Uncle Sam just to be a proverbial mindfuck. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents. And there's way too many things that I don't even want to get into that are stacking up on a real high house of cards that somebody's bankrolling a lot of money to keep me in spin control as much as they can to keep my hands off the wheel. So yes, the quicker I can get into a secure building in this country or another country or under a fucking island somewhere in Siberia, I don't give a shit right now. That is a high goal for me. That's why I want to have the certificate ready so I can pull an emergency expedite and tell them I'm going to fucking Guam if I have to on a 72-hour notice or a 24-hour split so I can turn a passport in a day. The chipped ID I can still get pulled and have sent to the P.O. box, but it's getting dicey. If I really want to get out of here, I may have to do some stuff that our government does all the fucking time, and it's okay for them to do, but legally it's, you know, questionable, if even that. I'm not talking about murder, I'm just like talking about murdering merchandise like $500 hammers or whatever the fuck it takes to bankroll enough to get Uncle Kurt safe. Would Bill roll the dice on this, or would he take it the conservative way and try and just save nickels and dimes and hope these assholes stop jacking him long enough you can get the fuck out? Or would you fucking pull the lever and hit it as hard as you could so you can get as much out of this bank and then pop the scene? Hello?
I don't think it's a matter of nickels and dimes so much as it is taking what you do get, making sure it doesn't get jacked, and finding some place that you can call your own.
Are you subletting your basement?
Nope.
Just thought I'd check. I mean, the kids moved out. Maybe you needed some extra rent. Oh, that's right. And that's still there. What are you doing for the holidays?
Not much. Mostly just hanging around the house.
Any weird calls or mail for me, or is it dead there?
Nope, I haven't seen anything.
Well, that's hopefully a good sign. Either that or who knows. So would you play it as ultra-conservative as you can to get out, or would you, at this point, since it's been a long ride, roll the dice and go gambling at the casino, if you will? Because I know you're a gambling man. You are a gambler.
You need to do whatever you can do to get the hell out of LA, out of California preferably, and someplace where you can put a roof over your head and 4 walls around you.
Or a castle even, I don't care. Do you really think it's a good idea to still stay here in the country, especially if there's pending things that could creep up and cause other problems? Or is it better to just jump the coop for 6 months and fly the friendly skies? Get on a long boat and cruise the ocean for a month? I don't know.
I don't think that having the same kind of problems you're having now in LA would be a good idea to have happen in another country. Because if you think you're fucked now, wait till you get to another country and have the same issues.
Unless it's a country where I've already been and I have contacts and I know places to go. Oh, Jesus Christ, this gets so fucking complicated. Do you know of any bordellos that are hiring, pimps?
Nope.
Okay. So Thailand's not a good idea this year?
Dude, I've been telling you the same thing for 3 or 4 years now. My advice isn't changing.
Find a place in Jacksonville, Mississippi or somewhere where I don't stick out too much.
Yep.
But fuck. Maybe I should go down to like Margaritaville, down in the far, far islands of Florida. So if shit goes haywire, I can always jump a slow boat to Cuba.
Well, that would be an option.
Or Haiti or West French at least gives me other ways out aside from planes, trains, and automobiles. Any thoughts on that section of the world, or is it a little too ultra-conservative for a guy like me? I haven't been in Florida in years.
I haven't been there for years either, so I don't know much about Florida these days.
Last thing.
As far as I know, it's full of old folks and people that speak Spanish.
Well, a lot of European people if you're hanging in Miami on South Beach, but, that's a whole other story. All right, brother. What are you doing for the holidays? You're staying home?
Yep.
All right. How's tax season going?
Yeah. Trying to clean up all this shit I gotta get done.
Did you get the text where I sent you the form from Social Security on earnings thing?
I saw some forms that how much they're going to be paying you now.
Yeah, I didn't know if you needed that for tax consequence. Now, also on the pension, the after SAG thing, do you need to see that for the end of the year when that comes, or since it's under, it doesn't matter? I don't know where that falls.
That will be taxable income, and they will send you a 1099. I will need a copy of the 1099.
Motherfuck. So it's taxable even though I already paid I'm getting like 40% of it because they took a 60% hit on me?
It's considered income.
And even though it's pension, it's still taxable?
It's pension money. It's taxable income.
Oh,
depending on how much it is, you may not actually pay any tax on it, but...
Well, yeah, I'm not worried about the monthly amount. I'm worried about the lump sum chunk they sent me at the beginning of the year, which was like, what, $7,000 or something?
Well, it'll all get totaled into one. You can get one 1099 from them.
So that'll push it above like 10, 15,000 or more. I don't remember the exact numbers, but somewhere in that range. So that, how much should I try and squirrel away to pay for taxes on that?
At this point, I don't know, because I don't know what the actual numbers are.
Well,
they may well have taken taxes out of that.
They may, not that I see on the stubs they send me, but they may. I'll send you the final one I get this month or next month. But hypothetically, if it's 10,000, is that a 30% tax bracket? Or below that?
Well, your first 12,000 is tax-free, so if it's under 12, you don't pay any tax.
Well, I may not pay anything, because I think it was like 7, and then the monthly's like 4, 48, and 7. See, there's not enough over to really worry about, is there?
Well, we'll have to see when we get the 1099.
Yeah, I think it may come in at 12, maybe 15, but the first 12 is scot-free, so if it comes in at 14 or 15, then it's not a lot of tax money, is it? A couple $100?
Nope.
Okay.
It will be very little.
Okay, one less bullet to sweat. All right, and you don't need any. I already sent you Social Security, so that doesn't matter. Shit, anything else I needed to talk to you about? I'm sure there is, but I don't want to bore you. You've got a lot going on. Anything else I've overlooked that you're thinking of?
Nope.
What about calling that cop back and asking if Mexico's squashing it, or what's your thought? Play it out? Because I want that thing squashed. It was a setup. You would first.
Which one are you talking about?
The potential felony.
Oh, where someone else used your ID to...
No, where I was hit with intent to sell.
Well, that I don't think you can just ignore.
Right, so I'm wondering, do I sit on him again to see if he still wants, if they can rethink and cut the deal they were talking about cutting, where I told you about paid,
it's worth a try.
Paid work?
It's worth a try.
Well, how far should I push it? Because I don't want to call you once a week and ask about this. Do I just keep sitting on him until I get an absolute no, go fuck yourself?
Yep.
So keep breathing down his ass.
Yep.
And maybe keep feeding some videos that are showing cop corruption links so it wakes him up that this may bite him in other ways also? Just for a mind fuck's sake, or is that playing with fire?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
Because you probably don't want to do something that might piss him off.
And maybe that's why, and now that I think about it, maybe that's why, because I'm too high profile, because I put up shit on crooked cops, and maybe that's why they don't want to deal with it. I just thought of that as we were talking. Wow. Interesting. All right, so try not to bludgeon them with that. What about on the Concert for World Peace stuff? Overload them with what good guy stuff I'm trying to do?
I don't think it's going to make any difference to them.
Yeah, you're right. I did kind of allude to him that because of the fact that LAPD didn't seem to know who he was, and he didn't want to call him, and that he has a Vegas phone number, and his higher up said no, didn't think it would work, too high profile or something. I said, you know, it's funny because to me it just feels like you work for the DEA and you're sitting on LAPD. And he said, oh, really? And that's all he commented on it. He didn't make any more remark than, oh, really? So it's just fascinating. I mean, why would an LAPD officer have a Las Vegas number? It's just not making sense to me, dude.
Doesn't make much sense to me either.
Unless he's working.
Unless he's using his personal cell phone, he's doing this off book or something, and he happens to have come from Vegas. I don't know, dude.
That's an interesting thought. All right, that's an interesting. Mine is he's a fucking Fed, and he's just trying to blend in with a badge and act like, you know, the White Knight. But I don't know. I'll play with it more. I'm trying to get him to at least take a face-to-face meeting, but he needs to talk with his supervisors first. What the fuck? You got to talk with your supervisor to sit down and talk with me? I've never heard of something so controlled, especially at this level. All right.
Well, as you get to the point where you sit down and talk with them, make sure it's at the police station, so at least you know he's got to be legit from that perspective.
Oh, I know he's legit because he took me in handcuffs, and he did book me in on the paperwork. So I know in that regard,
Okay.
he is legit. And he wrote on his personal number on the back of my paper, and when you get out, call me directly and we'll work something out. I mean, that was his offer. He brought the whole offer up. Help me and fly for free.
Then follow up and see where it goes.
Yeah, but it's been over a month, and this is what's starting to piss me off. I don't like wobblers sitting out there, especially when they have life sentences or felonies attached to them, because you know how I feel about life sentences or felonies in any country, state, or city, or any fucking place on the planet right now. It's the last fucking nightmare I need. I'm sick and tired of doing life sentences for shit for doing the right thing.
Okay, well, look, dude, I gotta
Thanks.
go, so...
Thanks for my healing bitch session. Be blessed. Be safe.
I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.